Good evening, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Welcome into another edition of the Big Man on Campus Sports Betting Podcast. I'm your host, the Big Man on Campus, here on Tuesday, May 5th, 2019. Hope you're having a great Tuesday. A lot going on. Sixers, Raptors tonight, Portland, and Denver as well. Get some MLB. We got a Game 7. All sorts of stuff going on. Big win for Liverpool Football Club, a big comeback winner for the Reds. They beat Barcelona in what might have been the biggest collapse and choke you'll ever see from a football club. Up 3-0 aggregates. You go in, two players of stature, really the two best players on the football pitch outside of Lionel Messi and Luis Suarez out. In Firmino and Mohamed Salah. Doesn't matter. Barcelona gets whitewashed today and lose up 3-0. They lose 4-3. Amazing. Just a complete choke like you've never seen from Barcelona. And again, I'm going to bring it up. Where was Lionel Messi today? Again, non-existent when needed most. We can honestly say when it comes down to being talented, Lionel Messi is arguably the greatest, most talented player ever. But from a standpoint of overall, he just doesn't win enough to be considered. Look, Dan Marino is a great quarterback, but he never won anything. Allen Iverson was a great basketball player, but never won anything. You're decided and chosen through your ability to win when it matters most. And Lionel Messi has not done that in his career, unfortunately. So we have to obviously, if you're Barcelona, they got to go back to the drawing board. Definitely an ugly way to lose if you are Barcelona. Settle down, Matt Lawrence. We know Liverpool won. Relax. Let's not clog the feet up here. We have other people that are looking to get onto the show here. Settle down. Say it once or twice, and that's enough. Thank you. We all watched. Listen, you don't want to stop, you're going to go in timeout. Look, we have, again, you can think about it for a few minutes. I get you're up, you're happy. I get that, but I mean, we don't need you constantly reminding us that Liverpool won. We all watched it. We all saw it was a great win. But a lot to do today. Baseball on the horizon. We got NBA. I will get into an in-depth preview of Sixers Raptors. Last night, good day here on the show. Milwaukee gets the job done. A couple others as well in baseball, and the Bucks and Rockets both cash as well. Very good night for me for the most part, but I was not in love with anything. Couple leans got there, but we won't lament those. Those are just kind of ones we talked over. Let's get into the show here. Go over some baseball. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Also, please hit the like button, say hello, support the show. Retweet it on Twitter. Make it out there. Get it out there. Retweet it. Get it well known that we're on the air here. I thank you for that. Also, make sure you're checking out our sponsor, betonline.ag. Whether you're in the market for a new book or really just looking for a new one, Bet Online has you covered. Really the early industry line leader. They're going to get lines out right away. You bet early. Bet Online has to be in your arsenal. They accept Bitcoin. They have all sorts of great live betting odds, great customer service, and quick payouts. You can get paid within 24 hours at betonline.ag. And for Big Man on Campus listeners, if you use promo code BIGMAN, BIGMAN, all one word, you will get a 50% deposit bonus and other great perks for being a Bet Online customer. Keep in mind, rollover requirements do apply, but they do have the lowest rollover in the business. Again, betonline.ag. Use promo code BIGMAN and support the show. Now, let's get into our card here. A couple I want to take a look at. First one is, it's back to the Florida Marlins again, Miami Marlins. Smith against Lester. I've talked about Smith. He has been terrific. The lefty has a top 10 K rate in the MLB. He's up there with the likes of Blake Snell and Max Scherzer. Smith has been very good. And again, you look at the Miami Marlins, one of the favorites of sharps today. Not a lot of action coming in on the Marlins per usual. Lines dropping. But you look at the Cubs. I mean, they have been playing well. They've won 7 of 8. You look at Miami, and again, it's always difficult to back Miami just because you're never really going to get a great at bat, game after game from them. Their offense isn't going to always be very good. It's hard to back them. They're not a good baseball team. I feel like whenever Carson Smith plays, you got to look towards maybe is it Carson or Caleb? I always get them confused. It's always something you might look at a first 5. John Lester's actually pitched quite well also. That's why obviously you have a total so low in this game. There also is some adverse weather issues out in Chicago today. So, again, I mean, look, I just kind of want to make it known how well Smith has been pitching. I feel like if you're up on the week, I definitely think whenever he pitches, taking your first 5, I don't ever think it's a bad idea. He has been really good as a pitcher for Miami. What's up, Alex? What did Matt Lawrence say? He just kept just talking about Liverpool. He just kept posting emojis and stuff. We get it. We know that they won. Am I on Fiji? They should send you free cases. Of course, I still drink Fiji. I haven't been sponsored by them though. It's nice when you can win a wager just by betting the line telling you so. Yeah, exactly. That's a great call, Funny B. Really good call by you. Really, if you look at that game, outside of the pitching matchup, the Milwaukee Brewers were better at everything. And look, I told you what would happen. Scherzer would have a lead. They take him out, and they'd lose the game. They are a team that is allergic to winning full game a lot of the time. Their bullpen is that bad. Again, you kind of just wanted some capable pitcher. You didn't want some gas can. You just wanted someone that could kind of ease their way in. And Chacín's not a bad pitcher. He is a guy that hasn't had a great year, but he was enough last night, and they did enough to get the job done. Milwaukee's got a great pen and a good offense. They're going to win a lot of games because of that. You also look at the other game I talked about, the White Sox. Did I not tell you that Nova would shut the Cleveland Indians down? Cleveland stinks. I mean, it's that simple. Cleveland's not a good baseball team. They're not. They don't hit. They're not worthy of laying prices like that. And it was an easy win. Nova was enough. Didn't I tell you that someone in the 4th inning would say, wow, look, Cleveland getting shut down? And they did. They got completely shut down. You look at tonight with Cleveland again. It's hard to justify Cleveland. I mean, it's just that simple. I can't bet Cleveland. They're not good enough. You look at Giolito. Nothing great, but you have to figure he's going to figure this offense out. You're not getting a good enough price tonight, though. I mean, you're basically going to lay – you're going to get a little back. I mean, nothing great. You look at currently Cleveland 135. You're going to get 115, 120. Really depends where you look. Enough. I'd still bet on the White Sox just because I think Cleveland right now is a complete fade. Always a pleasure to tune into your show. Thanks for great breakdowns and interacting. Thanks for watching, KD. Appreciate it. All right. We have insider info from our sources regarding a game. Take Texas. Hope we can help more in the future. We are big fans. Okay. Well, listen, let's write that down. Match Fix Gate says they have inside info that Texas is going to win tonight. So here's what we'll do. I'm going to go ahead and guess that if they don't win, we won't see you again. But there you go. Match Fixer says he has sources saying Texas is going to win. So there you go. All right. Guy makes you want to eat ice cream. Giolito. Yeah, it sounds like gelato, right? Mariners with Gonzalez seems like an obvious pick. I'm not so sure. I'm really not. I mean, he got crushed in his last outing. This Seattle team struggling right now. They've lost 10 of 13. Masahiro Tanaka has very good numbers against Seattle in his career. I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure with Seattle. They just aren't playing very well right now. It's that simple. Another spot I like tonight, the over in the Phillies Cardinals game. I think we have to start kind of realizing that maybe Aaron Nola's just not really very good right now. And he's not. I mean, opponents are hitting 300 off Aaron Nola. Let me say that again. Opponents are hitting 300 off of Nola. Nola's got a whip of over 1.6. He's had problems. Throw in the fact that he's on the road here. He's facing a good lineup that can hit the baseball. I mean, this is a good home team, St. Louis. 13-4 at home this year, hitting 277 as a club. Phillies are in it right now. They're struggling. Bryce Harper's not giving them much. They're not getting a lot from the bottom of the lineup. Their bullpen's not been good. I mean, you look at Aaron Nola, 2 games on the road, near ERA over 9. I mean, that's bad. I mean, Aaron Nola's got problems. This Phillies team's got questions right now. I mean, you look at this lineup, good, not great. Bryce Harper's been a mess. And you really have nothing in the way of pitching. I don't know how they can just let Dallas Keuchel sit there and not make a move on him. I don't know. I just don't get it. But you look at Hudson tonight. I mean, I don't think that this Phillies team can't hit Hudson. I think they can get to him a little bit. I think at 9, I'm willing to think that this has, some legs maybe. I'd love to see 8.5. But, but then again, do you say, okay, well, even though Nola's been bad, do you trust him and just say, well, he's going to pitch better sooner or later? You look at this line. I mean, Nola's not getting a lot of love here. I mean, he's, in a coin flip, basically. Small favorite. Public starting to come in and bet Nola. Line going the right way, so that's good. Is this a game where Nola pitches well? I like Nola. I always have. I thought last year was one of the best pitchers in the major leagues. But you look at Nola right now, and it has been bad. Is this a game where you kind of break the system and just say, you know what? I trust Nola. I think he's going to pitch well tonight. I'm not ready to do it. But I will say this. I wouldn't bet on this game. I have a feeling that Nola is going to pitch pretty well. But I think the over has some legs. I think both teams will score some runs. But I think Nola will be better of the two. At some point, Nola's got to turn it around, right? But I'm not going to be there to guess on what it is. But don't be surprised if he pitches well tonight. I have a weird feeling. But yeah, I agree. I need to see it first before I get involved. Sounds like a pass. Exactly. All right, here's one that I'm going to recommend tonight. This was a game that I have a premium tonight in baseball. This one was very close to being a premium selection. And I'm going to go with I lost my page here. Where am I at? Fuck me. Where's Bet Online? Fuck. All right, here we go. I'm gonna go with San Diego. I'm gonna back San Diego. If you watched my Periscope last night, which I'd recommend doing, I took San Diego live plus 100 against DeGrom and the Mets. Listen, folks, right now, the Mets. This Mets team's bad right now. They're horrific from the plate. You look at over the last 7 games for the Mets, 181 as a team. Over the last 5 games, they've scored 8 runs. Syndergaard turning a bit of a corner, but do you trust him just yet? It's off a good performance. Should be good tonight. Should be a low-scoring game, but I'm willing to think that, look, I trust San Diego's bullpen a little bit more. They have some guys in this lineup that can hit. And I think Cal Quantrill's a pretty decent pitcher. We didn't see a ton out of him. He only pitched once, but he's got good bloodlines. I think he's going to be able to keep them in this game. And with the way this Mets lineup is not hitting right now, I think this is definitely a decent spot to back the Padres. I mean, Syndergaard fully figured it out. Seems like right now with the Mets, seems like the whole world's falling down around this group. South Dakota State shirt is fire. Thank you. Appreciate it. What's up, Brian Rowe? Paddock is the real deal. Glad to see that last night. Yeah, he is really good. Really good pitcher. Was going right at hitters. Fantastic. Do you like the Twins tonight? Uh, it's been high for me. Um, Aaron Sanchez has actually not been bad. It's really just been the fact that his pitch count's high. But I really like Barrios. I like what this Minnesota offense can give you. If you gave me a free bet, I would take the Twins, but it's a bit above my price range. And I think Sanchez is good enough to keep the team hanging. But you got to figure, I think Toronto team total under could be a pretty good play. I mean, Toronto, I can't expect going to score a lot of runs tonight. I just can't. This offense is bad to begin with, and Barrios has been on his game, and he's been particularly good in his career against the Minnesota Twins. Or I'm sorry, against Toronto. You look at the team total for Toronto, 3.5 plus 107. Not too bad. I got a feeling they have major problems tonight from the plate. How bad is Vladimir Guerrero right now? Yeah, I mean, no surprise there. Why did the bookmakers see DeGrom lose the first game and raise the price of Syndergaard the next game? I've seen this twice already, and the dog has done well. Great inference. Great call, Bud Nino. Good call. You're totally right. Not buying it. Syndergaard had one good game, but it is a road game. I'm not willing to think. I'll take the value on San Diego. Did Liverpool have to win 4-0 to advance? No, 3-0 to get the extra time. But yeah, basically. How bad is Vladdy Jr.? Yep, talk about that. Brian S., thanks for watching. Yep, thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate you watching. Yeah, it's all about aggregate, man. I mean, you just got to follow that. They had to tie it. They had to score 3 unanswered, and then obviously then another one to advance. It's terrific. So for tonight, I'm going to take a shot with the Padres. That is my free baseball play for you. Let's go to NBA. If you have any comments, questions, whatever you want to talk about, feel free. You want to talk about, I don't know, whatever. Let me know. Do I like Oakland tonight? No, I'm not really interested in that game much. Two bad teams. And, look, just don't do much for me. Mike Fiers doesn't do much for me. Do I think Kershaw's still hurt or rusty? Yeah, I think we have to realize that Kershaw is starting to get up there in age a little bit. He's had a lot of injuries. What team is best on the under in baseball? The Reds are the best under team. All right, Raptors Sixers. Let's take a look here. Let's get the most updated line here from our great sponsors, BetOnline.ag. BetOnline has the Raptors currently a 6-point favorite, total at 211.5. Now, look, you and I both know that I am very honest when it comes to the Sixers. If I think they can win and I think they can get the job done, I'm going to tell you. If I don't think they're going to play well, I'll tell you. And I'm going to give you my honest opinion of Embiid. I think Embiid will play, and I think Embiid will be okay. You look at Embiid, didn't go to shoot around this morning. I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't think it was overall really necessary for him to go to shoot around. He gets a ton of work before the game, and he needs to get better. He needs to have enough rest time. He said a whole full day yesterday, had a whole full day today. You have to figure with the advances in modern medicine, you'd have to think an NBA basketball team could have him prepared for tonight's game. But we saw the malaise in Joel Embiid. He didn't play well, even sick. And look, most players don't. You're not going to get a flu game out of every player. It's rare that happens. I mean, I think it's funny that we always equate when everyone's sick to Michael Jordan. Like it happens so much. It happened like once, ever. When you're sick, you normally don't play well. I'm not going to go down the road of belittling Embiid and belittling the medical staff. Everyone knows where I stand with this group from a medical staff perspective and where I stand with Embiid. But you look at this game, and I think we need to go back to game 4 again. And I think we need to delve in again to what the Raptors did not do because there was a lot that they did not do. Our blinders are over because of Kawhi Leonard and his historically good, perfect play. He was perfect the other night against the Sixers. He seemingly doesn't miss. I talked to a friend of mine last night, Ryan, who, if you know me and you've watched me for a while, Ryan used to do podcasts with me. He's a great friend of me. And he said to me, he says, yeah, does this fucking Kawhi Leonard ever miss? No, doesn't seem like he does. But you look at everyone else. Siakam didn't do fucking anything. Ibaka didn't do fucking anything hardly. Kyle Lowry, while I guess good, I mean, he wasn't anything. It wasn't great. He was enough. But let's ask ourselves this. And if I ask you, a Toronto fan, I'd like to get an illicit response. If Joel Embiid played slightly better, do you think you win the game? Because I'm going to go out on a limb here and say no. We've talked about this time and time and time again with the Toronto Raptors. They have not gotten a full game. Are they capable of getting a full game out of everybody? I just don't think they can. It's hard to be as bad as Embiid was the other night. He's either going to be slightly better or way better. He's not going to be any worse. And you look at the supporting cast for Philadelphia, I'd rather have them than Toronto's. We can again relate this and say to ourselves, do we really want to back Toronto? Because not only do they have to win, not only do they have to, they're not getting points. You're laying almost 3 possessions here. 6 points you have to win by against a team that has to win. Let me say this again. This is the biggest game in Philadelphia basketball in a real long time. This is really, to me, a swan song for Brett Brown. If Brett Brown loses this game, he will be fired. It's that simple. Because they're not going to go and win 2 games in a row, especially one up in Toronto. It's not going to happen. If you don't win this game, the series is over. It's that simple. No fucking nose clearings, no fucking distortions. If you don't win this game, the series is over. It's that simple. And you should win this series at this point. Because outside of Kawhi Leonard, this just isn't enough from the Raptors. I said the other night, if he scores 40, is that enough to win? And it was, because they got slightly enough from the other 4 players. But is that going to happen again tonight? If you're asking me what I would do, I would take 6 points. I think it's way too many. I don't think that they're 3 points better than the Sixers, because that's basically what it's saying here. You get 3 points for being at home. You get 3 on top of it. So they're 3 points better than the Sixers? Not so sure. I'd have put this number at 4 probably. 6 is, I think, too many. Thanks for watching, B. Terrell. Good to see you, man. You've been around forever. Thanks for watching, bro. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. What are the fans thinking about how Embiid is playing? Nobody's happy. Not at all. A lot of people are sick of excuses. Siakam is playing injured. Look, it doesn't matter. He still didn't play well. If he doesn't play well tonight, they won't win. It's not going to happen. Do I like the prop of Embiid over 23 points? No. I mean, if you're giving me a free bet on that, I'd go under. I think he can give you a 17, 18, but I just don't see a 25, 30-point performance from him tonight. We have to ask ourselves, too, we know what Joel Embiid's personality is. Is this I'm trying to act sicker than I really am, and they don't necessarily totally game plan for me, and I come out and destroy them? Is that what we're seeing here from him? I don't know. Raps started playing a lot better when they made the adjustment of Ibaka and Gasol on the floor at the same time. Well, I mean, that's what their starters is. They're always on the floor at the same time. I don't think they can guard Embiid, so I don't know that it really matters. I mean, on the offensive end, Ibaka's pretty useless. He doesn't really give you anything. He doesn't do much of anything at all. This is a big game for Brett Brown. I think it's a huge game for Brett Brown. You have to make adjustments here. You have to figure this out. The problem that the Sixers have is, and what's so irritating with this team is, if you had a backup big of worth, I mean, this series wouldn't be close. But they don't. They don't have that guy. They don't have a Capella, someone that could come in and back up and beat. Their bench stinks. And the other night, you got nothing out of Mike Scott either. If you can get James Ennis and Mike Scott something tonight, I think they're going to win the game. I would bet the money line with the Sixers. I think they're a better team, and I think they'll win tonight. And if they don't, well, here's what I'll say. If you're watching the show right now, I'm going to be live for this game on Periscope, the entire thing. So if you want to see how I react during a game, watch the show at 8 o'clock. Because I'll be there whether they win or lose, and I'll have to take it because last time we did this, a lot of Raptor fans chit-chatting. To me, the team that wins this game tonight will win the series. This is the game. This is the game here. It's that simple. So, I mean, you take it for what it's worth, and do what you feel. But I've seen this Sixers team play bad in these games, and they're not getting blown out. There's the fucking lawn man again. Gotta love it. All day to come and do this. 5:25. It's time for fucking lawn care hour. All right, let's go to the other game. Denver and Portland. This is a tough series. Seems like you just take the points in these series and in this series particularly. I mean, are these teams much different? We do know Denver's really good at home. If you're going to give me 5, I'm taking the points, especially with these two teams. I think they're pretty even. The game I'm worried about tonight is number 1. If you have any questions, feel free to bring them in. Yeah, I know. I'm kidding. I understand that they do it late at night. I'm aware. It's just irritating that it's right now. That's all. 24 hours a day, and they do it right now. What are my thoughts on Lowry crying about everything? I've talked about it. I think his behavior is pathetic. I mean, the flop the other day was just pathetic behavior from him. Are there Mexicans in Philly? Of course there are. Actually, there's a lot in South Philadelphia. A neighborhood I used to live in, there's a lot. A lot of workers, things like that. A lot of the kitchens, a lot of the places have Mexicans in the back for sure. But I will say Philadelphia is not a huge Latin community. There's not a huge Latin community, really. There are parts of North Philadelphia over Badlands, those areas, kind of near Kensington. A lot of Puerto Rican areas over there. But for the most part, not really. I know in South Philly there are very few Latin people. Mexicans once in a while, Guatemalans, but there aren't. Philadelphia is not a huge Latino community. For Philadelphia, it's really Irish, Italian, pockets of Polish and Albanian, and black neighborhoods mostly. You have mostly black Muslims. That's really what we have here. Not that all the black communities are Muslim, but there are most of the huge makeup of Philadelphia are black Islamic communities. I haven't asked for a bit. How's the lady? Does she bet the games? We're having a little trouble right now. We've had some trouble lately. She I'm not quite sure how to put this, but she's a little younger than me. And I have to, as a man, kind of accept that. It's kind of tough for me at times. But I have flaws. She has flaws. We all have flaws. We've remarkably been had a great relationship, but we've had to work through some things as far as you know that she's a bit younger than me, so yeah. So that's kind of where it stands. Um, Lowry needs to play man up and start draining some threes. His play is annoying. Yeah, if I was a Raptors fan, I'd be quite irritated with him. Not surprising. Game 7. We got a game 7 tonight in the NHL. Blues and Dallas. I always feel like with game 7s, don't you kind of just take the plus money? I don't know. I don't know. I don't really know what to say with this. I haven't had much opinion on this series, so I feel like you just take the stars plus the juice, get the job done there, or plus the plus money. So that'd be where I'd kind of go with it. If you have any other questions, feel free to let me know. We'll be on for about another 10 minutes here. We'll really go wherever you guys want to go at this point. We'll kind of open it up to whatever floats. Thank you, Terrell. Appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it'll be fine. Just got to work through things, man. That's how it goes. Do I believe Kawhi Leonard is better than Kobe Bryant? I think it's a bit early to think that. Will Dame return to normal, or will CJ McCollum carry Portland again? I think Damian Lillard will be fine. I don't think we have to worry about him. Yeah, I wouldn't be doing that, KD, in a game 7. It's unlikely that it'll be kind of any kind of big deficit. I know you don't like parlays, but what's one you would like tonight? I would do a 2-teamer, and I would take the. Let's see here. Fuck, man. I'd probably go Minnesota in baseball, and I don't know. I don't really do parlays, man. It's not really my thing. I'd rather just say take the Sixers money line and use that as a parlay. I mean, you just have to worry about one game, and I think that is a definite shot to happen. So yeah, I think doing parlays are just unnecessary. Look, if you have 100 games on a Saturday and you want to throw in a 3-teamer, be my guest. But it's not something I really do, and I don't really think like that. If you say to me, what would you do in a parlay? I would take probably the Sixers money line, and that's it. I don't need a parlay. Just take the Sixers money line. It's going to give you as good enough parlay as you do with 2 teams anyway. Any thoughts on the Byron Nelson? I'll talk about that tomorrow. Remind me. I'll talk about that tomorrow. Actually, I'll write that down. Maybe we'll get on Alex Wander to talk about that. So, Alex Wander, if you're out there, maybe you can get in touch. Tomorrow, Ian Cameron will join us, so maybe we'll try to work Alex Wander in. Should maybe thought about that today. Any thoughts on Ajax Tottenham? I mean, I kind of like Ajax. I think both teams' score looks good. I think both teams will find the back of the net. But I think Ajax is kind of meant to be. They're at home, too. Score goals for fun there. What do you think about Pittsburgh? I have no interest in Steven Brialt. No opinion on that one. No opinion on that one there, Chief. It's like we have a school shooting. I didn't hear about this. Jesus Christ, man. At what point are we going to start arming people at these schools, teachers? Authorities say multiple students were injured in a school shooting in Denver. Two suspects are in custody, and there's tentatively a third suspect. Multiple students have been injured. Jesus Christ, man. What a fucking sad world, man. What a sad fucking world. I just don't get it, man. You got to be if you're a parent nowadays, sick to death to send your kids to school. What a sad state. Hmm. Just horrific. Horrific. I mean, there's got to be a way to fix this. There's got to be. I mean, we live in arguably the most advanced, you know, rich country in the world, and we can't figure out a way to stop this. I mean, put it like this, okay? So let's say, and I guess this is kind of something that I wonder about. Okay, so like schools get a certain amount of money, right, from the state. Does it really cost that much to? But here's the problem with this and what I'm about to say. So my whole idea is putting in metal detectors at every school because, for instance, if you live in the hood, they have metal detectors in those schools. I mean, what does it really cost? You have a school resource officer anyway. Is it going to take a little bit of time? Yeah, but then again, you think about that. Well, how does that affect? What if a kid just walking in, all those kids are standing there, he just starts shooting everybody? I guess it's impossible to really come up with a fix here. You know, I guess you can't help some of these people, these kids. But again, we as people in this country, mental illness is, we just let it happen. We don't really say anything about it. I have a lady that lives across the street. I filmed her many times. I'm not sure that she's got mental problems. I think she's just a drug addict, or just off a rocker a little bit. But like, she just sits outside all day and just verbally assaults people. Mostly her family, but still. But what do you do? Jeff, did you hear what the Keg podcast said about you last night? No, I didn't. Why don't you enlighten me? Um, I'm curious. Not that I really mind. Look, everyone has their opinion on me, but what did they say? Curious. Again, I mean, I can't really watch their show because I've noticed it's like 8 hours. So I don't. And look, I want to make this clear. I don't know most of the guys on there. Chris Edge, I'm a fan. I've met Chris Edge. He's a good guy. I know he comes on our show once in a while. I have nothing bad to say about Chris Edge. I don't know what he does with those guys. I don't know if he like is partnered with them or something. I don't know. But I want to make it clear. Chris Edge is a good guy. I don't have any issue with him. All right. Sounds good, Alex. Sounds good. Did I watch Liverpool? Yes, we talked pretty long about that. Did I talk NBA yet? Yeah, we talked pretty long about that as well. What's up, Yanks guy? Yanks guy checking in. Good guy there. Thanks for watching. Eric Leduc is in Scotland. How about that? Staying up tonight to watch the Celtics Raptors. Will you enjoy it, my friend? Good to see a Scot in here. Hope you're doing well, man. Someday I hope to get over there and see Celtic play. Thanks for watching, man. Scotland, I guess it's what, like 10:30 there at night, around there. So yeah, tonight I will grab the Pods plus money, and I will take the Sixers +6. I'll be on with Gabe Morency and Cam Stewart at around 6:10. So if you want more big man on campus, you can tune in for that. And check those guys out over on Fantasy Sports Network. Any thoughts on Cubs Marlins? Yeah, we talked about that one. I think if you're up money, I think it's always worthy to take Caleb Smith. He's been very good, very good. The Cubs are playing well right now. I think if Kevin Durant goes to the Hawks, it can fix things. He's not going to the Hawks. Stop. Stop that. Where did that even come from? The Hawks. Why would he go to the Hawks? Definitely a weird landing spot for Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant's not going to the Hawks. He's going to the Knicks. It's pretty easy. Still crazy that Liverpool won. That's pretty amazing. Do I think the Brewers win again tonight? No, I'm not running to grab the Brewers tonight. I like the pitching matchup in the line last night. Every night's different, so no, I'm not. I'm not running to do that. Why wouldn't he go to the Hawks? Uh, I don't know, because they're not really that big market and they don't win, and he isn't going to win anything there. That would be my guess. But I don't know. What do I know? I think you're reaching a little bit on that one. He's not going to the Hawks. Stop. I mean, I like opinion, but and that ain't gonna happen. Any thoughts on the Indians? Yeah, I mean, I'm like I said, I would take the other side. I think the White Sox are a pretty decent little team. Indians stink. Fade that team. Okay, listen, Artez. I don't think it's gonna happen, but fair enough. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. Hope you all have a great night. Thanks for watching. Again, if you care to opine, I will be on Periscope a little bit later watching a game. So if you feel like jumping on and saying hello, I would love to hear from you. If not, I will see you here tomorrow. Same time, same place, 5 o'clock Eastern here on the Big Man on Campus podcast. We're here every day, Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern. If you have any gripes or comments, feel free to reach out to me on Twitter. Again, reach out and support our sponsor, betonline.ag. Use our promo code BIGMAN. Get yourself a 50% deposit bonus. Get wrapped up with those guys. Great customer service, easy payouts, and the earliest lines in the business. You all have a great night. I will see you next time.